Welcome to the New York State QuickBooks Certification Program Orientation Webinar. Please note that this is a pre-recorded webinar. A bit of an introduction. My name is Valerie and I work for New York Wired for Education. My company's online learning system, Metrics Learning, is where you will take QuickBooks certification training through. I am one of two program mentors. My coworker Nikki and I are both certified as QuickBooks certified users. We took the training and gained the credential through this program. We are here to guide you through the training process and answer any questions you may have. This is what I'll be going over today. First, the program. Then I'll review the program calendar. Afterwards, give you contact information. And lastly, we'll give a system demo. The goals of this program are as follows: to help you learn the features and capabilities of QuickBooks, help you learn common problems as well as fixes in each area of QuickBooks, help you use QuickBooks to its fullest potential, and help you to gain an Intuit QuickBooks Certified User credential. Training for this program is made up of several parts. All of the training you'll be taking is automatically loaded into your Metrics Learning account. First, you will access the info sheet, which is a document that explains the training and certification process. Then you will view the certification tutorial, which is a brief tutorial that goes over this process. After, you will access Mastering QuickBooks Level 1. This is a 12-hour lecture provided through Real World Training, which is the only Intuit-approved online training provider. The Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course is video content, so there's no hands-on or simulation. This is made up of Day 1 and Day 2 of training. Each of these days is 6 hours in length. However, for purposes of this program, we're not asking that you complete all training in 2 days. Next, you'll move on to QuickBooks Pro 2009, Getting Started. This is a 3-hour Skillsoft course that will give you hands-on experience and replicates program use. After you complete this, you'll move on to the assessments QuickBooks Pro 2012 and QuickBooks Pro 2011, which are provided for Prove It. These will give you practice questions that are very close to what you can experience the day of. The QuickBooks 2012 certification exam is a multiple choice exam. Therefore, rather than having you click around in the user interface, you will be asked questions, analytical, and also about concepts of the program. Upon completion of all these activities, you will become qualified for the certification exam. You will receive an automated voucher to your email provided. Through this, you will then have access to 3 CertiPrep, which is practice tests that replicate the certification exam you'll be taking for QuickBooks Pro 2012. I found these certification tests very helpful in practicing for the actual exam itself. There are several documents involved with this program. You have already received 3. The QuickBooks Program Calendar, which I'll go over momentarily, the QuickBooks Exam Objectives, which tell you what you can expect the day of the certification exam, and QuickBooks Tabs, Menus. In the course player, the menus across the top are cut off, so we've taken screenshots so that you won't miss any information. In addition, 2 other documents you'll be working with are the Mastering QuickBooks Learning Manuals. These manuals are available through the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course. There's a manual for Day 1 and a manual for Day 2, which will walk you through the training process. I found these very helpful. They're each about 100 pages in length, so you won't need to print them. Rather, I thought it was more helpful to keep it on my computer to search. The following is the program calendar. Today is Day 1 of the program. The orientation session and program begins. Next Monday, March 24th, will be an open lab session at the One Stop. This is optional, but will allow you the opportunity to take training on-site at the One Stop and work with other QuickBooks program participants. On Tuesday, March 25th, will be a live Q&A session with New York Wired. We will be on the line here to answer questions that you have. At this point, you should have completed 1/2 of the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 training. On Monday, March 31st, will be another open lab session at the One Stop. Then, on Wednesday, April 2nd, we ask that you will have completed all of the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course, 12 hours. On Thursday, April 3rd, you will complete the remaining courseware, which is the QuickBooks Pro 2009 Getting Started and QuickBooks Pro 2012 and QuickBooks Pro 2011 Prove It assessments. Once you've completed these, you will qualify for the exam. Friday, April 4th, we'll have our final virtual review webinar and Q&A session. Then, the following week, Tuesday, April 8th to Monday, April 11th, will be testing. The following is our contact information should you have any questions throughout this program. Our main method of contact to you will be email. We can be reached at the following 2 emails: nywiredtrainer@gmail.com and support@metricslearning.com. If you have technical trouble, such as trouble launching a course or something along those lines, we can also be reached through support ticket, which is done through Metrics. I'll show you how to do that later in the demo. This is our preferred method of contact because we can see not only the message that you write to us, but also your computer settings if something needs to be adjusted. Lastly, we are also available by phone. Before we start the system demo, these are some of the computer settings that are necessary for Metrics to fully function. First, if you are on a PC, use Internet Explorer. If you're on a Mac, use Safari. This is because internet browsers such as Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox are not fully compatible with Metrics. Sometimes courses won't load or record score. In addition, we ask that if you use Internet Explorer 10 or 11, that you run Metrics in Compatibility View. The directions are listed here on how to get to that. Next, you must make sure that pop-up blockers are turned off. You must allow all pop-ups because this is how courses play in a separate window. Lastly, make sure that you have the most recent versions of both Java and Flash. These are both free programs and can be downloaded at the following links. Now onto our system demo. This is the login page for Metrics. To get to the login page, you will go to the following URL: nysdol.metricslearning.com. Here you will enter your username and password. You should have automatically received these to the email provided. Here we'll log into the Metrics Learning system. Metrics is accessible 24/7 from any computer with internet. Then we're brought to the Metrics Learning Getting Started page. We will not need to work with any of this on the main page. Today I will be showing you how to access training, how to run reports, and how to contact support if you need to. As I mentioned previously, all of the training in Metrics Learning is automatically listed in your account. To access training, you will go to your My Plan, which is your personal training plan. Click on My Plan, View My Plan. This has all of the courses that I am taking automatically listed in the order that I should take them. To launch a course, what I will do is click on the green arrow button under Action. A quick note about the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course. I mentioned the Day 1 and Day 2 manual documents. Once you launch the course, in the navigation bar to the left, all the way down the page, you will see the links for Day 1 and Day 2. Clicking on these will give you a PDF that you can download and save to your computer. So now that we know how to launch activities by clicking here, I can show you the My Report. Your My Report is a log of your progress in the system. It shows how many activities you've taken, passed, failed, and your overall time in the system. To pass an activity, you must get an 80% or higher. Once you get an 80% or higher on each activity, you will qualify for the certification exam. If you get an 80% or higher, you'll see the certificate icon, which is right here. If you don't get an 80% or higher, you can always retake a course to go back in and get the score that you would like. In addition, you are able to bookmark courses. By clicking the red X in the Mastering QuickBooks Level 1 course, you will be able to bookmark it. However, in a Skillsoft course, you'll want to click the white X within the course player itself, rather than the red X, which will not bookmark your place for a Skillsoft course. Next, I will show you how to create a support ticket. If you do have trouble, you can go to Help, Support. There are a couple of different things you can look into. We have a knowledge base of articles listed below if you need step-by-step on how to unblock pop-up blockers, install Java, and so on. If you'd like to create a support ticket, however, you can click on Create New Support Ticket, and you will be able to give a title and a description to the problem you're having and send it to us, Metrics Learning staff. We will then receive your email and respond to you via support ticket. We are available from 8:30 to 5, Monday to Friday. If a support issue arises during these hours, are fairly instantaneous. If not, you can receive a response back to your support inquiry within 1 business day. This concludes the orientation program. We hope that you found this very helpful. If you have any further questions, you can feel free to contact us at any of the methods we had mentioned before, and we look forward to working with you through this program.